Love is in the air. It is. Even though it's August. But that does not mean that you cannot treat your girl right, men, ladies, whatever. Anyways, how you guys doing? My name, of course, is Fight and Flight, also known as Billy, and I'm here to answer your questions. In fact, they are love-related questions, relationship-related questions, and all sorts of things like that. And I mean, since I am in high school and I am of age, 16, that means I am completely qualified to answer any and all of your questions because I know everything there is to know about life, obviously. Let's start at the top. Most men don't know how to ask out a girl, right? If I'm honest, they don't. They don't understand. They don't have the cool, calm demeanor that it takes to do so. They choke up. They freeze. Men, stop doing such a thing. As a guy who has been there himself, let me tell you, alright, here's how you gotta do it, right? You gotta find a space where you can have in her undivided attention to have a conversation with her, maybe in a quiet area. If you're in school, school isn't in right now, but if you are in school, maybe the cafeteria is not the best place. Gotta find a place, where you can talk to her directly. And you gotta be calm, you gotta be clear, you gotta know what, don't go off the cuff. You may think you're good at talking, but you're not. I promise you're not. You got to think about what you're going to say, rehearse it a few times, and then say it in your head one more time, and then say it to her. And don't snap it on her like that. You can't just throw it on her, all right? I'm assuming this girl knows this is coming, but you still can't throw it on her. You got to give her a little warm up. You got to lube her up as it were. You got to lead into the conversation. Maybe talk about how her family's doing. Talk about her dogs. Talk about her life. Maybe transition and bring you in the picture a little bit, how your life is going, and then you bring them together, and then you ask the big question. You say, I can't think of a name, but name. Think of a name. Someone think of a name. Michelle, that's a good name, right? Michelle, will you be mine? And if she says no, always have an escape plan. All right, but you can't break up. You cannot break character, darn it. You gotta be calm and cool the whole time. You can't be sweating, can't be none of that. You just take a deep breath, and if she says no, you gotta get a good comeback to it. I can't think of one right now, because if I'm honest, I'm not that fast of a thinker. But that's why you've rehearsed. You've rehearsed this for days. You gotta have an escape plan, alright? That's how you deal with that. That's how I ask a guy out right there, guys. Or how to ask that's how you ask a girl out right there. And maybe bring her by a fountain. The love fountain. You could always do something like that. Next question here. How to deal with a breakup. Oh. So we went from you've dated this girl, you love her so much, and now you hate her fucking guts. Right? We're on this side of the spectrum. Don't know how we got there. But for a side note, remember guys, you always gotta treat her right. I've seen this many times where guys, they love a girl, and they're together, and then for some reason they don't give her their undivided attention. You're with her, listen to her, darn it. You gotta give her not only her space. You can't just smother her, but you gotta give her your undivided attention. When she's talking, you gotta listen. All right, as much as it's a funny joke to say, "Oh, I don't listen," you gotta listen. Otherwise, it's gonna come back to bite you, and you're gonna be in this dude's situation. You have to deal with a breakup. Now, I'm going to do some assuming on this question. I'm assuming that you guys are not in good, you're not in good speaking terms. You've probably had an argument, as much as most teenagers do. You yell at each other, say, you know what? I'm done with you. All right, so first off, I'm also going to assume that you're not instigating this fight, that she is upset about something, and she's getting all riled up. So here's how you deal with this, guys, because I'm sure this is going to happen to you at some point. Obviously, I'm 16 and in high school, and I know everything there is to know about the world. So you're talking to a professional here when I say this. This is just like asking a girl. You got to be calm. You cannot go from here to here instantly. You just can't do it. That's not good. If she's getting mad at you, you gotta be calm. You cannot lose your lid. You lose your lid, it's never going to work. Because, you always want to try to make it work. And hopefully you don't get to this point. Hopefully you can sort this issue out before you get to this point. But if you do, you got to be calm. You got to be, honey, you got to understand where I'm coming from here. And she's going to be angry. She is going to be furious. Do not lose your lid, all right? You got to be, honey, I hear what you have to say. I disagree, and let me tell you why. And she's gonna get angry. Don't don't be that douchebag calm though, because there is a line where like, well, honey, you can't be a douchebag calm. You got to be engaged in the conversation. Like, hang on now, let me tell you what I'm thinking. You got to be in there. You cannot be douchebag calm. If you are, then you're done. It's game over. You might as well just write that off the books. She's gone. But you do have to listen, because if she's yelling at you, you probably made a mistake. Don't be that pompous prick that's like, I did nothing wrong, because if she's yelling at you, you probably did. And don't go telling your friends that she's a crazy bitch or anything like that. Keep it between yourselves. Don't let your dirty laundry air out, where other people can hear it. And that goes for the woman too. I'm assuming this from a guy's perspective. But don't. The two of you need to deal with your issues. No one else needs to hear about that, because then it just creates drama, and then it just puts stress on the relationship. So you don't want to be doing that. What else we got going on here? Love triangles. Oh, yes. Love triangles are probably the greatest thing to watch and the worst things to experience. So for those of you who do not know what a love triangle is, wow, I really messed up my hair doing that. Holy bananas. Anyways, love triangle, where let's say, people don't really give specifics on these questions, but your friend likes a girl, you like a girl, and you got that sort of triangle thing. There's many different ways to create a love triangle. I'm not going to go through them all with you here, but I'm going to, let's say, because this is just for examples, your friend likes this girl, you like this girl, right? Now, the only way to do it, this is not like in the 1800s where you both get on, pull out your dueling pistols or get on your horses and start lancing at each other or something silly. I'm not really sure here, all right? If I'm honest, my expertise is not in this. I got a master's degree in everything but this. No, what you gotta do is you gotta talk it out, right? This is what people don't understand. Parents that go through divorces, breakups that happen, the whole spectrum of good and bad, sort of, it's all communication. People don't understand this. You got to communicate exactly what you feel, and you cannot do it in a douchebag way. You can't. You just can't. You just got to sit down and say, hey, to your friend, you're like, I like this girl. I think I'm better for her. And he's gonna reject you. He's gonna be like, no. I'm better for her, and don't let that get in your way. Ultimately, this girl is going to choose which one of you she wants, all right? And if it's a difference, or, girl, guy, girl, my brother likes you and your sister likes me, or I don't know, some sort of other thing you got going on. It's all about communication here, all right? You gotta talk to each other. You gotta make each other aware of the situation. And you gotta let the third party decide. You cannot be pressuring this girl like, hey, you want to date me? You want to date me right now because I don't want this other guy to come in and swoop you away. You gotta show her what you have to offer. Take her on a date or something, And if she likes you, she will be with you. Don't stay up at night like writing out these love letters. I want to be with you forever and marry you. No. Shut up. You're being an idiot. Be yourself. And that's all you gotta do. And if she doesn't like you, this is, if you do, okay, here's another question. How to deal with rejection. Not everyone is gonna like everyone. It's a sad fact, but it is a fact nonetheless. And this is really gonna come up here. Okay. It's a fact nonetheless. So you can't lose your lid over it. People go into depression, suicidal thoughts, over that some one person didn't like. There's a lot of reasons to kill yourself in this world, and that's simply not one of them. That's a line I think I use a lot. Why would you go there? Especially if you're in high school. You've got so much. Your life hasn't even started, and you're already thinking about ending it. That's a waste of potential, and shame on you, all right? We're going to take a rant. If you're no, don't do it. You're messed up, all right? People make mistakes. She's not always going to like you. That's just a fact. And it's going to be hard, and it's going to suck, but you're going to get over it. You're going to be just fine. You're going to meet someone else, and it's all going to be great. All right? And I think right now that's all we got time for, because I got to go get a PhD in everything there is to know about life. So I will be back with you guys a little bit later. And on a more serious tone, thank you for the questions, and I hope this helps some of you. I'm sure it hasn't, but it's nice to think it may have. So thank you guys so much for watching. Love Dr. Billy, and I'll see you later.